The supplement you need to take in 2025, this is going to be key to dominate your fitness goals. The supplement you need to take is going to the gym, right? Just having a habit of staying on a consistent routine. This is going to be the most important thing that you can do. You need to master this in here, this mindset, right? And you're probably thinking that, it sounds cliche and whatnot, but this is like key, right? If you want to get jacked, if you're like a pencil neck right now, you're skinny right now, maybe you're obese right now, maybe you're skinny fat, maybe you have a dad bod, the mindset component is what's going to take you from 0 to hero. So you better listen up right now, because I'm about to drop some real shit for y'all. All right, let's get right into this. By the way, before I get into it, I just want to say, if you want to book a one-on-one coaching call and you're looking to get in great shape and you need help doing that, you're not sure how, you need a custom tailored routine to your fitness goals, hit the link in the description. I got you. I can help you out with that, and we'll see if it makes sense to work together. So without further ado, let's get into this little shameless plug, right? So first things first, we've got to tackle consistency. This video is going to be all about how do we... Things first, this is going to sound, you probably never heard any fitness influencer say this before, but you need to find an enemy. And this is a concept I've kind of been playing around with a little bit, right? Because during the winter break, I was reading a book by Patrick Bet-David, Choose Your Enemies Wisely, right? And it made me realize that I actually had enemies my entire life, and these enemies have driven me to being successful in different areas of my life, right? And in terms of my fitness journey, I had enemies which drove me to actually want to get in the gym and get jacked, right? And for example, enemies can be anything. It can be a person, it could be a place, ideologies, whatever. It's the main construct, the main identity of the enemy is it's something that opposes you. It's an opposition, something that's an obstacle in your way, if you will, right? So for example, in my own life, like this marker is kind of sucks, I might trade it out, but like one of the enemies that I had was, just like bullies, for example, you know what I mean? Elementary school, I was bullied a little bit, I was tackled to the ground a lot. I felt weak, you know what I mean? I didn't like the idea of feeling weak, right? Another enemy I had, I remember, I was scared of being jumped. It's fear. Fear was an enemy, right? I was scared. I didn't want to be jumped, right? I would go to work out at the rec centers, play basketball at the rec centers, and I was like afraid that someone would jump me, right? Just because the area wasn't too great, and I would hear a lot of rumors. So that would scare me, and that pushed me to get on my fitness journey. You know what I mean? There was another enemy. I remember when I first started my fitness journey, I never told this story before, but I went to see a trainer one time, right? And I was joining a new gym. I was doing my fitness journey, and this trainer was kind of like a dickhead. He was trying to, I don't know, like he kind of discouraged me. He was trying to discourage me from like working out a little bit. Like he was trying to say shit like, it was just weird. Like he was telling me stuff like, you're just gonna be like everybody else. It's kind of unrealistic to get in shape. I don't know. He was like really just being super negative with me, and he was trying to like derail me from starting my fitness journey. I'm like, bro, like, aren't you supposed to be like a little more encouraging if you're gonna be my trainer, right? So that shit pissed me off, and that drove me to be like, I'm gonna prove this guy wrong, and I'm gonna get jacked, right? And that was an enemy that I had that pushed me forward, right? Enemies could be anything. Like I'll put even one more example. Like this is kind of not fitness related, but I had math teachers as enemies, right? I had math teachers growing up in junior high and in high school who tried to tell me like, you're not smart enough to go to university. You can never be this, you can never be that. You know what I mean? They would like try and hold me back and try and say like, we're gonna modify this test for you because you're not smart enough, right? And that shit pissed me off, right? I'm like, who the hell are you to tell me what I am and not capable of, right? So that pushed me to like focus on getting my math grades up, and eventually I did get into university. That drove me. I remember the words that they told me. I remember them saying I wasn't going to get into university. I remember the words that they said to me, right? So the most important question, so based on the data that we've just collected here, how are we going to integrate this in your own life? You got to ask yourself an important question, and that question you got to ask yourself, this pen freaking sucks. But the most important question you got to ask yourself, oh my gosh, all these pens suck, bro. The most important question you gotta ask yourself is, who hurt you? All right? Who hurt you? You gotta figure that out for yourself. Who hurt you? Right? Maybe there was a girl that broke your heart or something. This is a terrible heart. Actually, it might even look more realistic. Heart. But yeah, maybe there was a girl who broke your heart, right? Maybe there was someone made fun of you. Maybe you were bullied, right? Maybe you were bullied, right? Like, it could be anything. Maybe there's a mindset that's going around that you don't like. Maybe you're against victimhood mentality. I know I'm against victimhood mentality. You know what I mean? Maybe, you know what? And maybe the deepest enemy, your deepest enemy could be yourself. Maybe yourself. Maybe you are what's holding yourself back from getting in the gym. Maybe you keep procrastinating. Maybe you got really bad habits that you're trying to get rid of, right? Maybe you're your worst enemy. Like Alexander the Great said, the enemy is in with I, right? Or with I. You guys get what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean? So figure out who hurt you. Who is your enemy, right? Now that we got that out of the way, let's get into the next tangible step, which is you gotta find a routine. If you want to be consistent in the gym, if you want to fix your consistency, we got to figure out a tangible routine for you to stay consistent, right? The reason why you're not able to stay consistent in the gym is because when you go to the gym, you don't know what you're doing. You just looking around like, maybe I'm gonna go to the bench press, and then I'm gonna go to the leg press machine, and then maybe I'm gonna do some cardio, and then I'm gonna do pull-ups, and then I'm gonna go to cardio again, and then I'm gonna do pull-ups again, and then, you're all over the place. You're scatterbrained, you know what I mean? You don't know what you're doing, right? So the best way for you to stay consistent and build momentum and go into the gym is find a routine so that you already know what you're doing. By the way, if you need help building a routine that's tailored and custom to your fitness goals and where you want to go, hit the link in the description. I'm the guy for that, and I can help you with that, and we'll see if it makes sense to work together, right? Little shameless plug for those of you guys that need it, you know what I'm saying? But routine, if you have a routine and you know what you're doing when you go to the gym, you're more likely to keep going because you're not gonna feel like an idiot, right? Because eventually the more you keep doing this scatterbrain bullshit, you're going to the gym like, you're gonna feel stupid, you're gonna look stupid. You don't want that. So let's go to the gym and know what we're doing. So for example, I don't know, let's find, like, for beginners, you know what I mean? Push, pull legs, I always recommend the split. It's my favorite split. I still use the split. I think it works very well. It's really effective, you know what I mean? And yeah, you want to find a routine. Like push pull legs is a great way to start. And on a push pull leg split, you're gonna have your bicep and back. You're gonna have your on your pull day, you're gonna have a bicep and back. Your push day is gonna have your chest, tri, and your shoulders. You know what I mean? And then you're gonna have your legs, and you guys know legs, obviously, right? And so, you're gonna follow a routine where you go, okay, Monday, bicep and back. Tuesday, chest, triceps, and shoulders, and then legs. There's gonna be Wednesdays, right? And when you have that routine and you keep going and all that stuff, you know what I mean? It's gonna keep you consistent because you know what you're doing, you're following a routine. It takes the thinking out of it. The less you have to think and just do, the more possible you're able to commit to these things, right? Now, step number 3, I want you to practice visualizing. And you're gonna be like, Don, what are you talking about visualizing? Well, I'm about to tell you. So visualizing is key because you need to, before you build a house, before you build buildings and stuff, all these architects, they draw it out. They have a vision. You need to draw a vision in your brain of what you're gonna look like when you actually get jacked. You need to picture what it's gonna look like. You need to picture what it's gonna feel like, right? I want you to do an exercise with me right now. Close your eyes, right? Imagine what it's gonna look like when you get jacked. Imagine how it's gonna feel. Imagine the choosing signals when you walk in the room. Imagine people staring at you, people admiring your physique. Imagine people asking you, what's your workout routine? You know what I mean? Imagine the confidence you're gonna feel, the aura that you're gonna exude off yourself when you get jacked, right? Imagine how you're gonna look in a black tee when you get jacked. You know what I mean? Like, imagine that. All right, you can open your eyes now, right? Imagine, now that you've imagined all of that, right? Now I need you to take that vision, right? And I need you to replicate it. I need you to, like, every single day before you go to bed, just dream. You know what I mean? I know you're thinking, Don, what are you talking about, right? But literally, you need to, like, schedule in, like, visualizing what it's actually gonna look like, right? Because the more you visualize it, the more you're gonna be compelled to chase after it, right? The more you dream, the more you're gonna chase after that thing, right? And the way to make this even more effective, what I used to do was when I was in the gym and I'd be working out and I'd be going through, like, a tough set and I'd be struggling, I would, like, you kind of gotta pull it up like a tape, you know what I mean? You gotta visualize as you're working out, you know? So when I'd be doing a tough set and I'd be struggling to, like, lift some weight or whatever, I would literally think about the physique that I want and think about the man that I'm becoming, and I would use that to push me forward, right? Whenever I felt like I didn't want to go and walk to the gym in the snow, whenever it felt like, you know, it was raining, I didn't want to go to the gym, whenever it felt like, you know, this set is too heavy for me, like, I can't push through, I would visualize the man that I would become. I visualized the physique that I wanted, the aura that I wanted to feel. I visualized everything, and that would push me through the hard times so that I could literally get to the point where I wanted to get to, right? And that's why visualization is so key, because if you can see it, then you can achieve it, right? But yeah, that's pretty much all I had to say for this video. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. Send this to someone who really needs to hear it. And if you made it this far, you might as well hit that like button, bell notifications, because I'm posting almost every day and you're not gonna wanna miss it. Book a one-on-one coaching call if you're looking to get in the best shape of your life. You need help doing that. You're not quite sure how to get in shape. You need a custom plan. I'm the guy for that. Hit the link in the description. We'll see if it makes sense to work together. Remember, there is nothing lighting about playing small, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. See ya.